those that haven't subscribed and are new, please don't forget to subscribe and like, and also comment in the section below. As you have read from the description below, I'll be doing a story time, so I don't want to waste more time in these. I'll just be so I'm gonna start with the time that I got my ass whipped. So I don't know where to start with this, but let me just start. Okay. Okay, so let's get into the video. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay, I have to start with the time that I got my ass whipped. I have to start at the beginning. So it was December and we usually go to the north. I'm from Namibia, so we would go to the north during December, and it was the first time that my cousin, who we're traveling basically with my cousin who is from my mom's side, and she has never been to we always travel to, like, we always go to I always go to my dad's place, like my dad's village, if that makes sense. If that makes sense. So I was with my cousin who was from my mom's side, and then she decided, she has lived with us for like a long time. We live in Windhoek, and this was now the time that people had to like travel and go to the north and village and the farm, the plus. So my cousin decided to join us join us to the village, and I was also I was also with my niece. She is my niece, my cousin's child, but then it's like we're like two years apart. She's 2 years younger than me, so we're like at the same age, if that makes sense. I don't know. So it was December, and we're now going to the north with my cousin who is from my mom's side and my niece who is from my dad's side, but like we always go together. But this time I think it was like the first time. I don't remember, it was a long time ago. So it was so we went to the north and like we went to the village. Okay, the village, I'm not gonna say the north because then it's gonna complicate things here, but we went to the village with now my cousin, my niece, and that time it was close to, like, I think it was, what year was that? 2014 going to 2015. That was the December, I remember. So that I was still in high school. So yeah. So we went, and like it was this whole new thing where like people from the village were like the ones that I grew up with, basically. They were like so smitten by my cousin, like, because she was such a people person. She is such a people person, actually, and everyone's like, oh, who is this girl? She's so hot, she's so this and this. Like, it was just all these things, like it was all these things. And then it was now, wow, I'm starting slow. So everyone was like having this whole smitten thing of like everyone wanted to get to know her because she was like the new thing, if that makes sense. And that time we were close to, it was probably like, we went probably like the early 20s in December, like 21, 22 there. I don't know which days exactly we traveled, but I know we traveled with my parents to the village, but then they just like dropped us at my grandfather's place, and then they went to their house. I don't stay with my parents, so I stay with my grandparents at my grandparents' village. So that's where we went. And then we were like walking up and down, you know, chilling, and it was like the three musketeers. Like, it was always the three of us. Like, we go to this place, we go visit this other house. It was just like all these gang thing situation. And then probably close to Christmas. I remember it was Christmas. Then we heard like our uncle, this one of like our very closest uncle, my closest uncle, got sick and was in the hospital, and probably around the 27th, 28th day he passed away. And my uncle, by the way, was like our neighbor, if that makes, yeah, our neighbor. So there was like a lot of sadness, and people traveled all around the country to go to, you know, pay their respects. And like some of my aunties, and obviously because we are a family, so some, like half of the whole house moved to my uncle's place to go like assist and stuff. So sorry. um in that time they went, and so we're very few in the house and stuff. So, and like we're like the youngest, kind of like we're the young people. It was a very complicated, like the older people have to go, and then the younger ones stay in the house to take care of my grandmother because she was very old and stuff like that. So yeah. And then during the whole Christmas, no, we celebrated Christmas with everyone, and then later on the bad news happened. The whole the whole thing of my uncle happened, and then now it was like a sad period. But then like later on someone was like, no, you know, New Year still has to be celebrated, and everything is gonna be there. Like someone, I don't remember who told us that it's gonna be a New Year party, but it was like a very close and like walkable distance, if that makes sense. If that makes sense. So we decided to go, me, my cousin, my niece, we decided to go. Around that time, oh my goodness, around that time, my ex-boyfriend, around that time it was a very complicated situation, but like around that time my ex-boyfriend, who used to like, we used to date, and he was also like our neighbor, kind of like, it was, I don't know how to explain it, but like his house was walkable distance from my house, okay? So he didn't come, but like his older brother, who's his younger brother, came, and we were always like these friends, like we were always chilling together. Like it was my ex-boyfriend's brother, younger brother, and the cousin were like always together and chilling with my cousin. So we will like always travel together, go to places and stuff like that. So we are always like this groupie. It was always like a groupie fan thing, gang situation. And then there was a situation what I was already heartbroken because my boyfriend at that time did not come to the village as he used to, and I was just like, I was not having it. I was heartbroken at that moment. And I just like, okay, fine, fuck it. And then some other complicated things happened, I don't remember. Okay, and then my cousin said she was new, and everyone kept on like approaching me like, hi, you're like, who is this girl that you're with and stuff like that. So everyone basically wanted her number to get to know her, to date her, and all these things. And then now they had a thing with my cousin had a thing, or like they're kind of like, it was like a more of a situationship thing happening with my boyfriend's younger brother, if that makes sense. Yeah, my boyfriend's younger brother. We are going to call this guy James. Okay, let me just, yeah. So James had a thing for my cousin, and my cousin was always like, my cousin was also just like, okay, it's December, you know, who is this guy, you know, and stuff like. It was, I don't think it was serious for her, but like, okay, let me not expose things. But yeah, anyways, So that time my cousin kept on asking now me and my cousin and my niece if anyone had like a thing with James, like who wants, if someone is like having a crush on James, or if anyone was dating James that was like from our family and stuff like that. And like I was like, no, I was just dating his older brother. But for him, I saw him as like a younger brother, although he was older than me. He was 2 years older than me, I think. Yeah, but I saw him as my little brother, because I was dating his brother, his older brother, so I didn't like see him in that way. So my cousin was like, okay, cool. My niece also was like, okay, fine. No one, no, like no, because I specifically remember this. I know, like now you're asking like, why is she talking about a cousin? It don't make sense. Trust me, it don't make sense. So my cousin asked me and my niece if anyone actually likes James, and I was like, no, I see him as my little brother. And my cousin also asked my niece, do you maybe like him? And then my niece was like, nah, no, I'm too young for that, because she was young, but like you know, it was still that age where you can have a crush and stuff. So she was like, no, I don't have a crush on him and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay. And then she was like, okay, fine, cool. So my cousin started having I started having a thing with James, and they were like, oh, cute and lovey-dovey and stuff like that. Like, so we were always like walking around together, which it was now James' cousin, my cousin, me, and my niece. So we're always it was always a group. We always go to different places together and stuff like that. And until then, someone decided, like, we heard that there's gonna be a New Year's party, and so obviously we're invited, so we went. And so we went, and mind you, there was still a funeral happening. Like, there was still, you know, my uncle's funeral happening, and it was just like a very complicated situation happening there. But we still went. We went to have fun. So, and that was the time that, like, I also heard that my brother will be coming from, he works, I don't know where he works. Yeah, like he works like in a very far away, like in the south, around like the south of Namibia. I don't know which city it is, but yeah, he was that side there, and he was coming to the north, which the village, to come and celebrate New Year. And he was like, no, it's okay. He's actually the one that I think called me to say, yeah, he invited us, and he's like, no, I'll be buying the booze, like I'll be buying the alcohol and the meat and stuff like that. And everyone was like chipping in, like contributing sorry, contributing into it, the New Year party now. And so me and my niece and my cousin and James cousin also, we all just came, you know, we went to the party. So it was a very fun party. Like, there was like older people also, but like it was like people kind of just grouped each other. Like the youngsters, they went to the other side, and then like the youngsters, the younger people, they grouped themselves on one side, and then like the older people grouped themselves on the other side. So it was like a whole mutual, but it was cool until, oh my goodness, like until there was alcohol involved. All I can say, there was a lot of alcohol involved. So my cousin was my cousin and James were like in the far corner there, you know, making out and stuff. And my niece was sitting next to me, and then all of a sudden she just started crying. And I'm like, is it the alcohol? Is it because of my uncle? What's happening? And so she started crying, and I'm like, why are you crying? And then she was like, no, it's nothing. And I'm like, but you're crying. And it's like, no, it's nothing. And then she kind of came up again. So she told me that no, she actually has a crush on James, and now that my cousin and James are having a thing, it's just a very complicated thing, and now she's heartbroken and stuff like that. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. And now my cousin also and James, they were like making out and super drunk, and like I was the one that was the only sober one, and I was like, why do I have to be the sober one? Because everyone seems to be having fun and enjoying the new year. And I was like, okay, fine, our house is walkable distance. If we're like super drunk and stuff like that, we can still just walk and go back home. If it got to that extent, it's okay, because everyone that was basically around us were like family and close family friends. So someone eventually can just take us and take us home. So I was like, it's okay. Responsibilities, I threw those ones away. I'm like, okay, fine, let's have fun. So my cousin started drinking because she's heartbroken, but she didn't tell my niece started drinking because she's heartbroken, because she didn't tell my cousin that the guy that she's actually making out is her crush and she likes the guy. So she started drinking. My cousin on the other side was completely gone. Like, she was, bad decisions maybe were made, I don't know, completely gone. And then also just like, fuck it, let me just drink also. So I drank alcohol. I drank. And like, it was, mind you, it was like those things where it was so much alcohol and like not enough people, if that makes sense. Like, it was so much alcohol but not enough people. So everyone got like their own wines, like their own bottles. Like, everyone got like 4 cousins and whatever, like your own bottle. Anyways, I was drinking, and then all I can remember, I'm just saying, all I could remember, even today, all I could remember is this. I was drinking, turned around, and I saw a car pull in. I could see the headlights, like the lights, and then everything just went blurry, like just gone. Like, I did not remember what happened after it. Like, that's the only last thing I can actually remember till to this day. The next morning I woke up. I don't remember, was I half naked? The next morning I woke up and I was half naked, and I was at home in my own bed, and I was in pain. I won't forget that pain. Anyways, I was in pain. I did, like, the hangover. That was the first time I drank alcohol and got a hangover. That was the first time I ever drank, actually. So, oh my goodness. So I woke up and I was in pain. Like, I was in that pain, just the pain. I don't know, like, it was horrible pain. And I woke up and I had, like, I don't know what you guys call, like, whip lines, if that makes sense. Is it whip lines? I don't remember, like, I don't know how to say it in English, but like, it was like when you get beaten and you have like scars. It's not scars, it's like marks, like red marks everywhere on my body. And then I also had a headache, so my whole body basically was in pain because of the whips that I got. And also the headache was just like that moment you don't know what to do with yourself. Like whoever, if you know what a hangover feels like, that's how it feels, but like times 10 or 100, I don't know, because now your whole body is also in pain. So I woke up and I was like dizzy, like the whole room was spinning. It was a horrible situation. So I woke up and now I had marks and I was just like, what the heck happened last night? And then like people were yelling. It was, by mind you, it was like already, it was that the crazy thing. So I don't even remember people counting down from 2015, I mean from 2014 to 2015. I don't remember any of that. I think I blacked out like maybe at 10, 11. I don't remember. So I don't remember how I got into 2015. So I woke up and like I could hear my niece coming, and then she was like, oh, you're awake, ja, you look even bad. And I'm like, what's happening? Like, what happened? Like, why am I in so much pain? It's like, no, we got beaten last night. I was I was confused, like, wait, clearly when I'm feeling the pain and I'm seeing the results, but I swear I do not remember getting whipped last night. What happened? So apparently we got so drunk that I was like super drunk that my cousins apparently had to carry me home. And then we're so loud, like we're very loud. And mind you, we had a funeral, like we had, yeah, next door, and we were so loud and drunk. And that was why the whipping also maybe happened. I don't know, still to this day I don't know why, but yeah. So apparently we were very loud, and then we were being dragged inside and we were yelling because we were so drunk and we were loud. And then my aunt came out apparently, and then she started whipping everyone. Like she started whipping everyone, but for me, since I was so drunk, I passed out on the bed. Oh my goodness, okay. On the bed. And yeah, I went. So my aunt was like whipping everyone, I guess. Whipping everyone. She took out like a belt apparently, and then she was whipping everyone. My niece, the moment she started getting whipped, she got whipped, started yelling and crying, I think, and then ran out and she slept in the field. Like she slept in the field. Oh my goodness. So she slept in the field. And then when it came to my cousin, my aunt came, and then she was there also like whipping her and like beating her with a belt. And then for my cousin it was worse because she started insulting my aunt. By the way, my cousin respects my aunt. She respects my aunt. She is a very respectful person. And so this was a very shocking situation where she started insulting, like huge insults, like deeply hurting, like your soul will get touched insults. where she started insulting her, and then she was running around the room, around the house, you know. She was going under the tables, under the bed. She was just like going everywhere and insulting, and then until maybe my aunt finished whipping her or something, I don't know. When it came to me, I was gone, like gone, like gone, like there's no there's no coming back. I was dead. I was dead. So when it came to me, my aunt came, she started beating. She was just like beating a dead body. Okay, she was just beating a dead body. I was just lying there, apparently just she was just there beating. And oh my goodness. And that's why I woke up with marks and stuff like that, and also the horrible hangover that I had. And that's how I got into 2015. Please, people, don't drink. Like, drink, I'm not like, drink if you're experimenting, but don't drink to that extent where you just like fell out, drop dead. Okay, don't do that. I'm speaking this from experience. Do not drink to an extent of you not remembering what happened. Like, I don't know what happened in the coming of, from me blanking out to me coming back home. I don't remember what happened here. And mind you, I was very lucky, the fact that I was surrounded by like family members and like family members that actually in some way safe, that they are, even though I was like super drunk, I still managed to get home safe. Beaten but safe. Just, you know, because you don't know what might happen if you get really drunk, and then because you can't trust everyone that is around you. So that's my story, you guys, and I hope that you enjoyed this. Mind you, my mom drove from all the way from Opuo to where I was, to my grandmother's, to the village where I was staying, and that woman did not speak to me for like a week because she was so angry and disappointed. Yeah, anyways, I learned my lesson. So thank you so much, guys, for listening to my story, and I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you have learned something from all these crazy things that has been happening. And don't forget to like and subscribe, and also comment below which part was your favorite part. Like, I want to, or like if you guys had maybe a similar situation or anything. And yeah. So stay tuned to my next video, and I will be uploading very soon actually. So thank you. Bye.